Welcome back, everyone, to River and Sea, where last time we rescued a dwarf from some ruins where he was kept by Uruks, and now I'm about to report to his son that we have successfully rescued his father.
My father is back. He spoke well of your performance within the ruins.
My father has been deep in conversation with one of the rangers here. I think that they want him to make something, but what it is, I have no idea. That ranger, Rodanier, might be able to tell you more. Alright, so let's speak with Rodanier as we head over. Okay. Ah, here he is. Hello, Rodanier. What's up?
Now I know why Harborod wanted us to rescue this phony gem cutter.
I have been talking with Halvarad Pine Sea, and now the whole affair with the gem cutters makes more sense to me. I now know why Halvarad thought that delay was necessary, and I agree with him. He has a commission for Funi Gem Cutter, a task for which Funi is well suited. He wants Funi to make an imitation of the ring of Barahir. He's going to forge a ring in two senses, you mean? Okay. And
Harborod can tell you more, but I agree with him. What chance is this?
what chance is it that puts a wandering jewel crafter right in our path at this moment? The same chance that put a random farrier in our place when we needed a new shoe? Yes, that is right. It is a small chance, surely, but a happy one. Talk to Halbrad here at Akada Regian to learn more about this plan. Okie dokie. I'm sure everything will go well with this. Nothing absolutely could go wrong. What do you say, Halbrad?
Our only aim is to help the heir of Isildur in any way that we can.
Think of this, Pine Sea. The line of Isildur is recognized by the heirlooms of that house. The shards of Narsil, now reforged. The scepter of Enuminus, long kept in Rivendell. And the ring of Barahir, almost lost and for hell but regained. I believe that you have heard this story? Yes, a couple episodes ago. And now, the Grey Company rise to the defense of Aragorn in the southern lands, increasingly under the sway of the Uruk. Danger crowds around us upon every side, but our own safety must be secondary to that of Aragorn. Imagine, therefore, if a member of our company is slain or taken captive by the enemy, if that man bore a ring of the same description as the ring of Barahir, would not give the captor pause? That depends on whether or not the captor knew about the ring of Barahir. Yes. I have therefore made this proposal to Funi Gem Cutter, as to craft rings so like to the ring of Barahir, based on Kandate's description, that should any of this company fall into the hands of the enemy, it may sow confusion into his mind. This confusion may buy the true heir precious time. Tell me when you are ready, and we will go with Funi to the forges that he will use. All right. I suppose we could do that.
It is time.
Funi Jim Cutter will craft rings for every ranger in the company, and we will need to be on guard for any possible danger. This is a lot of forging.
A skilled jewel crafter has crossed our path, and Halborod has devised a curious plan for him. He wants imitations made of the ring of Barahir borne by Aragorn for each Dunedain in our company.
Funi Jim Cutter has been working hard within, melting gold with which to fashion quality imitations of the ring borne by Aragorn our chieftain. Candate, learned in the lore as he is, described the ring to Funi, and the dwarf has pledged that his reproductions will deceive all but the most studious of observers. That, of course, that assumes that Candate gave a good, proper description. Oh, what's this? It looks like it's break time. Hey, you there! The work goes well, Piney. Already some of the rings have been made, and they are identical to the description with which my father was provided. Yeah, assuming, of course, that it was an accurate description. But the gold is running low. Very little gold is needed for each ring, of course, but my father can use only small quantities of the material when it is melted, or imperfections will arise. Okay. Oh, bring more coffers of gold to me from where they've been stored. All right, all right. Okay, only small quantities are usable. Why is it tending to be more of an electrum than a gold in many of these? And now you have to separate the silver from it. You know, I'm assuming, of course, that the ring of barra here might have a higher gold content or something. I don't know. Lucy reaches for the gold with an appraising look. Oh, we have Candate. The ring making is going well? Good. I gave the jewelsmith a description of the ring about here as I remembered it, and if he has the skill that he claims he has, his imitations should be suitable, assuming, of course, that his memory is suitable. Elro here wanted me to send you to him if you had a moment. He was contemplating our plans beneath the tree at the courtyard to the north of here. If you would speak with him. Alright, so I need to speak to Elro here. He's in the courtyard. Right, so that would be this way? Assuming this is the way. Ah, an Elro here. The crafting of the rings sought by Halfred goes well? Good. If these preparations give our enemies even the slightest pause, the time that they take will be counted 5 to 7 times its value. Before we left Imladris, my father gave to me a message for Aragorn, confident that he would understand them. But I too understand their meaning, and that understanding fills me with worry. He bade me to remind Aragorn of the words of the seer Malbeth and the paths of the dead. I will tell you. Suddenly, a shout breaks the silence, and Elrohir leaps to his feet. Uh-oh. What's that? Someone's in trouble. Oops. Oh, this way. Okay. This way? We have a Halros. An exhausted ranger stands before you, his breath ragged and uneven. I guess I have to have a different one if Halros stayed in the Shire? Bitesy, a party of warring Uruks has climbed the path to this place, and I have seen others in the distance. It will not be long before they arrive. Halros grabbed her arm, desperate to tell you something else. Goladir stayed behind to hold them back. Help Goladir. Right. Okay, I will see what I can do about Goladir. Oh, a couple of Uruks. Well, just 5? Despair not, Piney. We will defeat these Uruks, or we will delay them for as long as necessary for the remainder of our company to complete the task for which we have come to these forges. Alright. I have told you once already, Uruk, you will not leave this place alive. Good joke. You two, teach these the dangers of boasting to Kuflak and of the Ninkoth. Alright. Is that the best you can manage? You impudent! Ah, I thought I heard some sounds. Sir, what are you doing here? That's not what I see. Show these weaklings of your bare teeth. Okay. The Commonwealth will have man flesh tonight. Ha 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 ha! Together we can slay them, Kuflak. We must put aside our differences today. You're right, Sakuds. Gulliver and Piney are not alone, vile ones. What can you hope to do? You'll be the first to die. Great company, attack! Oh. Really? That's the best I can do? Oh, what are we worried about? Gulliver could have taken them alone. According to Fusi Gemcutter, his father's work is going well and smoothly. With no more interruptions, I feel that we'll soon see an end to this delay. Halbrand laughs, a sound which he has been missing for the journey of the great company, unnoticed until now. I said delay, but I feel but I feel better for having a secret held in reserve. Let our foes mill about in confusion, while the true heir of Isildur makes stealth his ally. It is good to be doing something, yes, and I'm sure that this is the only delay that we will have here, right? I just hope that these aren't rings of power or anything like that.
May this work prove to have been unnecessary in the end. Fervently, I hope it is so.
It is done. I hope that this was just a momentary delay that we will never have needed. But in the sad event that one of our friends is slain or captured by the enemy, perhaps the Bibari here will buy our chieftain Aragorn some precious seconds. Bibara here? Okay. All of our struggles are for him, for the return of the heir of Isildur, at the return of the king of Gondor. We must soon be off again. Our destiny awaits us in the wide southern lands. All right, so we have here Halbrad's helm. Yeah. It'll do. So, what's the next leg of the journey?
A single hesitation on the part of Aragorn's foes could make the difference.
If we are fortunate, none of the rings of Bibahir borne by the rangers of our company will need to serve the purpose for which they were crafted. Even so, I'm glad to have them in reserve if they become necessary. A single moment of hesitation on the part of Aragorn's foes could make the difference. It is time again for us to ride. Let us cross south into the northern stretches of Dunland. The plains of Enedwaith will be the next stop in our journey. We will take our rest once we cross into the land of Fordorith in northern Enedwaith. Dagras will select the locations, and you should speak with Lothrindir when you arrive at Ehad Dagras to learn the lay of the land. Alright, so we will go to Ehad Dagras. Of course, we must first find it. They can't put it onto a map yet because, well, they haven't selected the campsite yet. I have arrived in Enedwaith, and I see that the area is filled with wolves here. Do I still have a deed relating to wolves? Trying to read the deed. Hey, stop! Show me your tooltip. Okay. Alright, now the only deed I have here is the Enedwaith deed. Alright, so we will head on out and look for this Echad, whatever it is, Daggerus or whatever. Ah, not just wolves, we also have Dunlendings here. Hello there. Must be from the Dragon Clan. Oh well. Not as friendly as the ones that we saw in Swanfleet. Alright, let's see. We want to go this way. I don't see any sign of a ranger camp yet, but I'm sure that I will eventually find one. And that'll be probably just past these rocks. That would be my guess. Or, hold on. Did I just... Oh, the camp is up there. Oh, boy. Alright. Let's go back and around this way. Ah, here we are. Up into the camp. Of course, it's in some old ruins because their camps are always in old ruins. I guess to add a little bit of extra protection from the elements and the like. Maybe. The Path of the Grey Company. Echad Daggerus.
What do you need?
Just a path around. That's just a path around. Alright, I need... I suppose I could do that. Now, there should be a quest giver here. Yes, they are. Hello, Lothran dear.
The men of Dunland are a wild people, and they care little for the Dunedain.
The road south is a long one, Pine Sea. You should know something about this land and its people. The men of Dunland are wild people, and they care little for the Dunedain, and not at all for the men of Rohan. They have warred with Rohirrim, and covet still their lands. It is their strongly held belief that those lands belong to the men of Dunland. They are proud and fierce, quick to anger, and slow for forgiveness. They tolerate no weakness and are suspicious of outsiders. Yeah, I've run into a few of them during my early days of journeying. During my times here in the Southlands, it seems to me that these men have no identity as Dunlendings, thinking of themselves instead as members of their particular clans dominated by a strong, willful leader. Nagaraz has met already with the member of one such clan, Wadu of the Ukluth. He has set aside his suspicions for the moment, and you might learn something of his people by speaking with him. So I will speak to Wadu. And I will presume that this is Wadu. Oh yeah, there is Wadu's sword, which will become important later on. I was just trying to see if I could get a good look at his sword before, because it's a bit... No, that's not how I pictured Wadu's sword being like. I thought it would have a horse motif on it. Anyway.
You have come with these men, but you are not one of them.
The warning that I gave to this man, this Dagras, I give to you. My people will not allow you to interfere with their lives. You may pass through these lands, but you cannot stay. Strength only do they respect, strength such as mine, or my father's Suvlek. Even my sister Nona wields the sword, and I wager that she does so with greater skill than any of these Devoniad. Ooh. Now, alright.
The Ukluth clan will tolerate your presence, but others will be hostile.
Yes, the others have been given gold and have forgotten their true allegiances. Many of them traveled north into the land of the Holly, but they have returned. They are cowards on their own, and they are cowards on behalf of their new master. But these Luth that fight for gold have no loyalty to their former brothers. They fight even the Ukluth. For every one of my people they slay, they put a mark in blood on a chip of wood. They believe their new master will pay them for every one of their kinsmen that they slay. That's an abomination. They have already killed some of my people. Travel into the deserters' camps north of here and deprive them of these blood marks that they have already collected. Recover, too, the weapons of my fallen brothers. I do not want them taken by their foes. Alright, so collect blood marks and recover weapons. Yes. What do? The first thing you do? Yeah, you do. Quest for Dunlandings, of course. Well, as I said, back in Swan Fleet I did a few, so I guess that's nothing new. As long as they're Ukluth and not Drygluth, right? Ah, what do we have here? A fallen Ukluth. Let's see if we can get these weapons. Alright, recovered weapons from a fallen Ukluth. And here we are. A deserter. Whatever Luth they are. A lost Luth? A lost Luth, yes, we will call them the lost Luth. Oh, I thought that this was another lost Luth, but apparently it was a wolf instead. Well, how about we... Really? Just jump! No, we don't need to kill the Wolverine. Well, if it's going to go around threatening us, then maybe we better before it goes and attacks us. I don't think I'm going to be killing enough wolves for the deed, but I keep on forgetting that I don't need to kill them. So I kill them anyway. Like that. Alright. What I need are the Dunlandings. Oh, I see another Ukluth? Wait, that's all the Ukluth I need, but I am going to be needing a few more blood marks. And when I finish with that, I will meet you back over at Echad Daggeras. Yes, it's Daggeras. I'm going to be moving on before I actually remember that properly, right? Here are the orcs and the weapons.
These other clans are no longer of my stock. They are like orcs now.
It brings me no joy to see these marks, nor to receive these weapons, for they are reminders of the Ukluth that have fallen and the greed of these people that were once my kin, but no more. These other Luth are no longer of my stock. They are cowards, slaves to gold, and are no longer men. They are like orcs now, and the brave Ukluth will treat them like orcs. You will continue to do so? Good. You are not one of us, but you will be a friend to my family. Perhaps we will compare the tallies of the slain when all of Dunland is united again and under the strong rule of the Ukluth. I look forward to that time. Tell your Devoniad friends that you have done for Badu. I am not certain about them, but about you that I have made up my mind. Your strength of will is like to mine, and you are made of similar stuff, strong as the stones of Dunland. Well, we're like fluid like the waters of the sea, right?
Perhaps Wadu's respect for you will help us as we work with his people.
Wadu at least seems to be pleased with you. If his family ruled the Ukluth, perhaps our road south would be easier. Sadly, it appears that his father Suvlik, though respected by the Brenin of the Ukluth, is not one of his Brehur. Still, respect earned is not respect wasted. Perhaps Wadu's respect for you will help us, as we must deal more closely with the Occluth. Alright.
Cyrodion has gone on ahead and established a camp in the Windfells.
Saradin's plan to investigate the state of the road that runs through Enedwaith and Dunlin, for he worries that it has been blocked by hostile Dunlendine clans. Go now to this camp, far to the southwest of here, on a hilltop in the Windfields. Help him with the investigation. I know that he'll be happy to have your help. And that's where we'll be going for the next episode of River and Sea.